guys, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be part 2 of my education Q&A. I'm so sorry that I didn't have a part 2 for you guys last week. What happened was a lot of the footage that was supposed to be in part 1 ended up being deleted somehow and I could not find it. And then I had a lot of people ask me questions in my rad tech video and in the part 1, so I decided to wait a little bit and give everyone a chance to ask their questions. So hopefully this video will answer all of your questions, and as always, if I have to do something else, I will make another video for you guys. So let's go ahead and just hop right into it. Okay, so our first question is from Janine Davis, and she says, "Hi Erica, I just found your channel and I subscribed. Thank you. I'm starting my rad tech program in January of 2017. I was wondering if you could give me any advice on working and being in the program at the same time, or if you were unable to work, did you have any cost of living, financial assistance? If so, can you please tell me how to go about applying? Thank you." Okay, so this is a great question. I had a program at my school, and it should be in every state, called WIOA assistance, or WIOA, the A means assistance, but it's an awesome program, but every state mandates it differently. So what I'm going to do is put a link in the description box, whatever information I can find, I will put down below so you can look it up yourself, because it's going to be different in every state. So with my ultrasound program, when I used it, it gave me $7,500 toward my tuition, which was awesome. But when I did my X-ray, it was more like a financial assistance that I got every 2 weeks. So for every single day I was in class, I got $5. If I had to travel a certain amount of miles, then I got $10 every single day. So every 2 weeks I was pulling in like $100. You get $5 per child that's underneath a certain age that's not able to go to school. So I got $5 a day for driving to school and driving to clinic, and then I also got $5 a day for Kaiden. And so after 2 weeks I get like $100. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it was kind of like your gas money and things like that. So not only did they help you with that, they paid for my registry exam, they paid for any type of supplies and stuff that I needed for school, and they paid for my books as well. And they pay for a portion of your tuition after Pell or whatever grant that you have goes there. They pay for the rest of your tuition. So it was an awesome program, and I really encourage all of you guys to look it up. It's called WIOA, and I'll put as much information as I can down below. So our next question is from Fat Me Chalob. It says, "Can I go to nursing school and then go to medical school to become a radiologist?" Yes, you can. You can go to medical school as long as you have the core classes that they require, which is usually physics, chemistry, biology, and I think organic or inorganic chemistry as well. And if you have those courses, it doesn't matter what your bachelor's degree is in, you can go take your MCAT and go to medical school. So if you have a bachelor's of nursing and you have the courses that you need that are prerequisites for the medical school that you're applying for, then yeah, you can go to school and you can become a radiologist. Okay, so our next question is from Julie Offmint, and she says, "Hello again. I'm just seeing if you could touch base about the dangers of being a rad tech. I keep hearing it is a dangerous job since you work with radiation. I've had a few people tell me to look into other careers because they have read studies that show a percentage of people getting cancer from this job. So is it too dangerous? And second, any tips on how to be one of the lucky selected for the program when the time comes?" Okay, Julie, so that's a great question. It's really not that dangerous. I'm going to tell you why. The sun gives off radiation, there are radiation all around you during the day, so you're constantly getting a small amount of radiation. When you're in school for X-ray tech, they tell you how to protect yourself, and you even have a class called radiation protection. You're going to wear lead, which is going to protect you from the radiation. You're also going to stand behind a lead glass, which protects you from the radiation. You're also going to learn how much KDP in mass, which is the amount of radiation. KDP is going to be like how much it can penetrate, and then your mass is going to be like the quantity, and it's going to tell you how much to give each patient dependent on their size. And this right here is going to help protect you and your patient from radiation, as well as giving them like a lead apron to cover their reproductive organs and things like that. You're also going to wear what's called a dosimeter, which you're going to wear at the collar of your uniform or on your lead, outside of the lead, and it's going to measure how much radiation that you get while you're at work. And at the end of the month, your boss or whoever is going to check it, make sure you're not getting too much or you're getting within the normal limits, and they're going to let you go about your day. You're going to get another one. If you are tending to experience a little more than you should be, they're going to put you in another section of the hospital to make sure that you don't get that much again. So it's pretty protected. I think it's a pretty safe job. They make sure that you know what you're doing and that you can stay safe, as well as giving you the things that you need to stay safe, such as lead glasses to protect your eyes from cataracts and things like that. it's pretty safe. So I hope that answered your question. Your other question was how to be the lucky one selected for the program. It's all about those grades, and it's all about your PSB, or I don't know if you do that at your school, but the PSB was kind of an aptitude test that just asked you a few questions and you had to get a certain score on your PSB and then combine it with your grade point average. So make sure you're getting all A's, make sure you're staying, even if you have a B, that's okay, because I had a B. But make sure that you're staying after if you don't understand something, make sure you get it. So our next question is from Allie Marie, but she has quite a few questions, so what I'm gonna do is kind of answer her questions as I go down. So hi, I'm interested on how much you make an hour being a radiology tech and ultrasound. So I'm gonna answer that question first. Okay, so I talked to you guys about this in my last video. I told you it was a hard question to answer because it varies by hospital. So I'm gonna tell you, at one hospital that I've been in, the starting pay for a radiology tech is $17.50. At the other hospital, it's $22. It's totally different. At one hospital for ultrasound, it's about $21.90. For another hospital ultrasound, it was $25. So that's why it's hard for me to tell you guys what price you can expect, because it's literally different at every hospital. These hospitals are about 10 minutes or 5 minutes apart from each other, and that's how big of a difference it makes. Okay, so she said, I'm going for rad tech, but I'm also interested in CT or ultrasound after. Also, did you work at another job part-time while you were in school? No, I did not work another job part-time. This is my job part-time, so I did not work another job part-time. Is there a problem working as one when you are pregnant? No, I was pregnant with Kaiden when I was in X-ray school. What they're gonna do is give you what's called a fetal dosimeter. So the dosimeter that measures how much radiation you're getting, you have a fetal one that's gonna go at your hip. It's gonna measure how much radiation that Kaiden was getting. They made sure that I didn't go to surgery. I didn't do what's called portables, which is when you bring the machine to the room, which kind of spreads radiation everywhere. I didn't do any of those, and I wasn't in the procedure called fluoroscopy, which is a live X-ray that's constantly giving radiation. I wasn't in any of those. I was just in diagnostic. So I was behind the lead glass, I took my pictures, I sat down, and they make sure that you stay safe. Okay, is it a stressful job, and is there a lot of math involved? It's not a very stressful job. Honestly, it wasn't stressful enough for me, and that's why I didn't like it, and I went to ultrasound because I wanted something more challenging. Now, as far as math goes, the only thing that I took was college algebra, and that was fine. Physics is gonna be a little bit more difficult, but it's more about memory than it is about not understanding the math. So if you can memorize the formulas, you got it. How much do you work a week? Weekends, a few days a week, all week, and are you still going to be a radiologist? Okay, so as far as class time goes, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For ultrasound, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it just depends on your college and what they want you to do. You can have nights. We had a night shift where I worked from 1 to 9 at night. It really just depends on your college. I'm currently not working anywhere, so I can't give you the shifts, but I can tell you that you can work 3 12 hours, or you might want to work every single day a week for 8 hours. You might want to do nights and weekends. There's a lot of things that you can choose. Okay, are you still going to be a radiologist? I really want to, and I'm really not sure if a radiologist is exactly what I want to be, but I know I want to be a doctor. So I'm actually working towards that. I'd like to make a whole video about that. There's a few more courses. Like I told you, you have to take chemistry, biology. These are things that I didn't take as an X-ray tech, so I have to go back and take them before I can apply and take my MCAT and things like that. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm not sure if radiologist is where I'm going, or if maybe OB doctor, maybe surgeon. I can't really figure it out, but I know I'd like to be more hands-on with the patients. I like to get into the whole pathology and treating them and things like that. What do you have to do to become that? Is it a 10-12 years like a doctor? Yes, it is 10-12 years like a doctor, but it shouldn't be that long. It's going to be 4 years of medical school, and then sometimes they have a 3-year residency, sometimes they have 2 years. It really just depends on the medical school that you're going to attend. Okay, this might be another video, but what do you do to study? Certain study habits, note cards. So sorry for all the questions. You don't have to answer them all. I'm really interested. Thanks. Okay, so I'm glad you're interested. That's a good thing. That's definitely a video for another time about how I study and things like that. I do utilize note cards sometimes. Sometimes, like I said, I like to watch Grey's Anatomy. Sometimes there's just a lot of different things that I do, so I'll make sure to answer this in a whole nother video. Alrighty. So we have Miss Pamela Galvez. Hello, I'm interested in both careers, rad tech and ultrasound. My question is that do you have to study radiology first so you can be able to study ultrasound? No. It's nice to have X-ray behind your belt, like I always say, but you don't have to. And with X-ray, you're studying electromagnetic rays, and with I don't want to like make this too difficult. But okay, X-ray is different than ultrasound. Ultrasound, you're using sound waves. There you go, sound waves for ultrasound, X-rays for X-ray. So it is totally different. Your physics is going to be different, and you really don't have to do them simultaneously. You can just do ultrasound or you can just do X-ray, but I always recommend that you do X-ray first because, like I said, X-ray to me is the foundation for all imaging. Okay, is there more benefits and opportunities to studying both? Yes. And if choosing this career, is there a large risk of being exposed to radiation leading to cancer and other disease? Okay, so that's a question that I already answered about how we protect ourselves. We have a rad protection class, and that you're surrounded by radiation. You're surrounded by radiation even at this moment from the sun and the UV rays and things like that. You're constantly getting radiation. Okay, so we have Miss Sharon J. Is getting a bachelor's in medical imaging better than an associate's in rad tech? Having a bachelor's in higher education is always better than having an associate's or lower education, always. So yes, and my bachelor's would be in radiation science, and you don't even have to do that, but like I said, I put the link to the program in my last Q&A, the part 1, but it transferred all of my credits for my X-ray tech degree over there. So I really just have about 8 or 9 classes that I have to take instead of taking a whole big load. Okay, so what is the entry pay hours and also how long are the shifts? Like I said, varies from hospital to hospital, $17.50, $22. I mean, it's a big difference from a hospital that's literally 5 minutes, probably like 20 minutes walking distance from each other. The prices are just totally different. And you said, what are the shifts? Like I said, it depends on your hospital, nights and weekends, 3 12 hours, 5 8 hours, it just depends. Okay, so this person is ASDFGHJKL. And she says, why did you choose rad tech as your career? I didn't choose rad tech as my career. I just knew that it was the foundation for imaging. It was the closest thing that I was going to get to ultrasound at the time because my state pretty much doesn't have an ultrasound program. So yeah, it was not my career. Like I said, once I got into it, I realized that I really didn't like it just for the fact that it's a little too easy for me. And I don't mean to be like arrogant or anything like that. It's just that I really want to be more into it. I want to see the pathology. I want to be a part of the cure. I want more. So that's why I didn't really like it. Okay, so this question is from CCP, and she says, your video is really helpful, thank you. Can you give me advice on having a job and going to college before you get into the radiology tech program? How many hours do you recommend working while going to school part-time? Okay, so I actually started college a week before I graduated high school. I started pretty early, so I didn't work, and I still don't work currently. This is like my little part-time job. I don't work currently. And what I can tell you about that is there was a few girls, like I said, that were waitresses and did little things, and mostly at night. So it really is up to you. If you want to take on a 6-hour shift and you can do that, you want to work around your clinic times. And if you're doing this before you get into the radiology program, you got plenty of time. Most of the classes that you have to take, you can take online. So don't even worry about it. Make sure you're banking up your money and saving it, getting ready to probably not be able to work while you get into the program, or really decreasing your hours once you get in. Selena Arcio, hope I pronounced that right. How hard was X-ray tech school, and how did you memorize all the different X-ray positions? It seems impossible to do because there are so many. And how hard was the board exam you had to take? Okay, so X-ray tech school was a little bit challenging, but I honestly won't tell you that it's hard. It's really more about you getting in there, you studying, and you being diligent. Make sure you're doing your work. Okay, so you asked me, how did you memorize all the positions? It's gonna come. It's so second nature to me. Even though I'm in ultrasound, I can still talk to people about X-ray, and I don't practice it regularly. You're gonna learn everything that you need to know, and it's gonna stick. Most of the positions are so easy. When you get into X-ray school, you'll hear AP, oblique, lateral, and pretty much every single thing is gonna be, this is AP, here's oblique, that's lateral. And then pretty much that's your hand. And then you want to do wrist, AP, oblique, lateral. So it's pretty easy. As you go along, you're going to figure it out. You'll have skull was the hardest thing for me to learn, was learning about the skull and how to position for skull. So just be really patient with yourself. You're going to figure it out. Okay, how hard was the board exam you had to take? Oh my goodness, that board exam was a little bit challenging for me. I actually had to take a break, go to the bathroom, pray about it, and come back because it was just so many questions. But what I love about it is the fact that you can flag what you don't know. So I flagged it, I went through and answered the questions I knew, and then I could come back and truly just sit, think, ask the Lord to like tell me what to push and try to figure out what I was going to push. So I did okay on my exam. I passed it. I'm not gonna talk about my grade, but I passed it. And once you pass, no one cares about what your grade is. You pass and you never have to take it again. You just have to do what's called your CE credits, and like every 2 years you take a little open book test and you get your credits. It's pretty simple. So that is it. Those are all the questions. Like I said last time, you guys asked great questions, and like this makes me so happy that you guys are so excited to learn and so excited to have a career. You guys don't even know how happy I am for you guys and that we can do this together. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I always say, if you have any more questions, anything to ask me, email me, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter. Go ahead and comment underneath this video with some video requests so I can get to making some videos for you guys. And as always, like, rate, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye guys.